welcome to Western Russia, 1940 something. My first ever game of Chain of Command. Should be a complete and utter nightmare. Per usual on this channel, doing things a little bit unorthodox. I haven't done the patrol phase yet. I'm actually going to turn it into a game and bring two of my daughters down here. I got four of them. So have them do the patrol phase, have a little bit of competitive between those two fighting, and that way it'll be kind of like using a random thing, because I'll just be sitting back here laughing as they do it, probably having a cocktail. But yeah, so let them do that. The point of the battle, I've actually got these backwards here. I'll have to switch them out, or I'll have to remember to switch them out. But the Russians will be on this side over here. They'll be making a push in towards German territory. Their main objectives will be to control both of the bridges over the river, and also capture the German headquarters on the hill back there. I really doubt it'll get that far with force morale, but we'll see. I did increase the amount of patrol markers just because the board is, what is it? Oh my gosh. 10 foot by 7, so a little bigger than the 6 by 4. I like playing on a bigger map. We'll see if it works. Yeah, we'll give it a whirl. This whole game, this whole feeling out process with this is see how it works. That's gonna be my motto, and have fun. Not really a points kind of guy. Just gonna go out here and play and have some fun and use the models that I've got made. The Germans probably have a big advantage in troops just because they have some better weapons than the Russians, but I will increase and adapt and fix, as things go, to make it more entertaining or more even. I'll just tweak it by hand. Features of the battle, of course, I got the 4 buildings. The river's impossible to cross. Well, impassable, I should say. Fields will take the highest pip off. Forest, you'll lose the higher die going into it. You always have to run to do that, or cross any kind of walls, the same thing. We've got lots of stone walls. I even brought my split rail fences in. Someone must be an American migrant to Western Russia. Maybe he'd like to read books on the Civil War. Decide that's a good idea for a fence. I'll do that. Some more stone wall fences. Got a bunch of groups of trees. I'll stick to the standard rules for visibility that are in the book. And yeah, it should be good to go. We'll roll up force morale, of course, but I'll show you the forces first, or what I'm dealing with. And sorry if I'm flicking my little pointer here. It's probably you're seeing it up in the left-hand side of your screen going, what is that thing? And yeah, so cool. Hang in there. You will not have to see me struggling. I will pause and just play you the fun parts, as I like to call them, which is quite a lot. Should be a long video. But these armies aren't as big as they will be, so it might actually be pretty quick, and this board might be way too big for what I've got, but that's what I'm going with. I'll probably follow this up with a game of modified bolt action when I get done with this on the same board, and see if there's anything different. I've seen Travis do that a bunch on Tabletop CP, and I haven't really played a bolt action game in forever, so that'll be a blast. Alright, let's go with the forces. I haven't come up with any names for these guys yet. I'm way too early into this guy. Here's our Russian commander. God knows what rank he is. Yeah, I'm just trying to survive here. We're in fight or flight mode here. We're just trying to get by. So that's our one senior leader. Okay, so that's all I've got. So that he won't be coming in until the end of the game when everyone else is already in, because I don't want to pay that penalty. Russians have an anti-tank gun with a 2-man crew. They've got the sniper with the 1-man crew. I got to read those rules. And then 2 identical squads. And these aren't from the rules, so they got there's squad leader, maybe a sergeant or a corporal. He's stolen himself a Russian assault rifle. And then you've got a And then I like fire teams, so I've got groups of 4. So we got 4 guys with rifles. The 4 guys with bayonets back here are going to be able to break off and be 2 different scouts. So we'll have some scouts and some movement, hopefully moving some deployment points. Then we've got a fire team full of machine guns, I think. Yeah, those are all the machine guns, submachine guns. Not a lot of range there. And then the back group is kind of your special group where you've got the 1 rifle guy that's the loader. You've got the handheld machine gun. And I'll learn these things as I play and what the names of all these weapons are. This guy's got a Panzerfaust and a rifle. And then you've got another machine gun, submachine gun back there. And the other squad is identical except their squad leader hasn't stolen a piece of German hardware. But yay, good stuff. And these scout teams should be fun. And please don't watch this channel for at least a year until I can work on tactics, because you will learn nothing. This guy's got a map. Oh, come on now. Focus in on him. Struggle bus. Why want to focus on this guy? I'm on a mission now. Oh well, I tried. Won't do it. Okay, just keep focusing on the guy behind him. He must be boring. So then we'll go on to the Germans. There he is. Use my hand. And he's got a map. And he's just kind of confused. Typical NCO. I was an NCO, so more like an officer. Sorry guys if you were a 0. Germans, these guys are pretty awesome. They got their 1 senior leader too. They got their MG42 2-man crew. I had 3 leftover guys, so I'm gonna make like my own little idea of a 3-man scout team instead of having 1 guy by himself. So the Germans are gonna have like a modified. They don't even have scout team in the rules. So as I get more German troops, I can tweak stuff. But I still only have 2 squads. And they have 3 fire teams in each group, and they have a lot of assault rifles and submachine guns. There's 2 Panzerfausts in each group. There's no armor, even though I have a bunch of Panzer IVs and Tigers and Ferdinands and Jagd Tigers behind me. But I don't have any Russian tanks, and I don't feel like pulling out Shermans. So, plus I want to know how to play before I start getting serious. But those are the Germans. And yeah. Too Fat Lardy fan club meeting here. Awesome. Alright, quick force morale roll. Alright, Germans will be rolling an 8 force morale, and the Russians will be rolling with a 9. I'll say the Russians are fired up. Germans are kind of sick and tired of being in Russia. Alright, Elizabeth and Addison battled. And I let them pick the 4 best points they could use for their deployment points. So, I think Elizabeth won. Addison really, she might deny that. I think Addison was really fighting to get to these woods over here, but Lizzie came across the bridge and blocked all that from happening. So there was no Russian deployment close to the bridge and the trees. Closest she could get was that woods right there. And I think Addison was very happy with these woods. And then, of course, she's got the good jumping off point right there behind those trees there. This one was kind of a flop. She had a bunch of stuff in the middle, but she wanted to stay in the ballpark. Maybe she can, we can put a base of fire on that hill or something. I'm not sure. But that sounds decent to me. Elizabeth got a good deployment point here for the Germans. Behind this woods. Another one behind this farmhouse, protecting the bridge, really close. So that could be kind of scary. This one in the middle, just had to have one for the headquarters. It was like the throwaway one, like Addison's back over there. And then she got this one here. So the Germans it's probably realistic. The Germans were, they want to protect their bridges. They're gonna have some good cover there. And it's up to the Russians to push them out. Russians have more patrol scout teams. Excuse me. I'm gonna get used to this terminology. So yeah, we'll see what they can do. I definitely want to try to get the most out of this for what I've got. Okay, so we'll start off with the Russians' first dice since they have the higher force morale, and we'll see if this actually lasts 5 seconds or if it's going to be a good game. I think I mentioned earlier, there's no extra force support. What you see is what you get over there. I'm just here to try to learn. So trying to no artillery coming in, no minefields, no barbed wire, none of that. I'm just going with what you saw over there for the force. I'm going with 5 command dice for both sides. Alright, the Soviets are 2 chain of command dice, so they're going to be 2 on that. The one, they're going to bring in one of their scout teams, and they're going to bring in both of their squads. Soviets have brought in their 8-man squad along with their 4-man light machine gun section, with their sergeant over here by the bridge, kind of behind the hill. Oh yeah. They brought in their other identical squad in the field, this side of the bridge, and then they brought one of their scout teams in behind the building. I'm sure those are terrible moves, but oh well. We're on the board. That's all that matters. We'll go over to the German players' phase. So if I'm reading these tea leaves completely, correctly, excuse me, it's end of turn, double phase, a chain of command die, and they could bring in a junior leader. Germans came in and put the whole squad in. I guess they'll go on Overwatch because their officer can do a command. Yeah, we'll do that. They've got an MG42 and a couple riflemen and I think about 4 riflemen that's the machine gun section on this right side, pointing up at the bridge. They've got some submachine gunners and another rifleman behind the building, and then they've got their guys with their assault rifles on the left side if something else happens. There they go. They're waiting for the Russians, and I'll put them on Overwatch. Probably could have held off because the Germans have another command, but oh well. Or another phase, excuse me. Six is wasted. Another chain of command dice. They're not going to bring in their senior leader, so they can move both of their junior leaders. Second squad pops out from beyond the barn on the over by the right bridge. Peekaboo. They can see the Russians, even though they're going to be in at least some kind of cover. They've got all kinds of weapon systems. They're going to unload, and this could be game over. It'll be the fastest game of Chain of Command ever played. For the most part, it's about 32 inches, so the submachine guns can't fire, but everything else is going to blast away, and the junior leader's going to use a machine gewehr to basically add 2d6 onto the machine gun. 7 assault rifles, 1 MG42, 2 bolt-action rifles, and 1 magazine-fed rifle. I'll use a separate dice so I can re-roll the 1 on that one. Holy cow. These are regular troops firing at effective range, hitting on 5s and 6s. Wow, did you see all those ones? That's amazing. Fortunately for the Germans, their one semi-automatic rifle did get a 1, so we can re-roll that one. They score 3 hits, so they'll put 2 on the rifle team and 1 on the machine gun team. I guess section would be a better choice of words. Our beloved Soviets, they're in light cover. Not too bad. The main part of the squad, the rifle section and submachine gun section, they take 1 shock. Nah, I can live with that. I can't believe the Germans kind of let them go. So not too bad. German phase is over. Go on to the Soviet phase now. All right, Soviets use the chain of command dice to get to 3. They'll bring a sniper on the board with that, and then we'll figure out what to do with sections and junior leaders. Soviets will deploy their sniper inside the farmhouse. Nice little window. Nice little pop shot on the Germans. Alright, this junior leader is going to order this unit to move forward 1d6, and he's going to order this scout team to move tactically. And Soviets can move 2d6 and still stay tactical. They're going to move off to the left. And when these guys move forward 1d6, they're going to fire. Soviets are going to unload on the German invaders. They've got a lot of bolt-action rifles, but they also have 2 SVT-40 semi-automatic rifles in there. I am cheating reading off a card. And they also have their squad DP-28 light machine gun. Stalin's record player, baby. Get it done. All of the light machine guns, or sorry, the submachine guns, the PTRD-40, no, that's a anti-tank rifle. Sorry, the PPSH-41s, those guys are out of range. Since they moved that whopping 1 inch, these are going to lose half their firepower. Hitting on 5s or 6s. They scored 3 hits. The one they rolled was not on one of their magazine-fed or semi-automatic rifles, so no re-roll there. Just 3 hits, and the Germans are actually going to be the machine gun section will be in light cover, and the main squad is in heavy cover behind that stone wall. Germans will put 2 on in hard cover, 1 on the machine gun section. Absolutely 0 effect there. Oh, Russians. They didn't take it too bad, though. They got 1 casualty themselves, so they'll continue to move forward. 1 shock is not slowing down the mighty red wave. This squad, sorry, the scout team's going to cut through that little nook and try to move 2d6 up here tactically. They're moving up tactically. Like they're in the freaking open, but I guess that's tactical movement. In my opinion, the sniper can't fire when it comes in. I think he's got to get ranged in. If anyone needs a moment to get a target, it's usually a sniper. So he just came in there and he's getting his scope and his tables all lined up, and he'll be firing soon enough. This section's going to move forward. Ooh, that's a rough one. No guts, no glory. They're going forward 2d6. With all those submachine guns, they just need to get close. So they're going in. This human wave attack with the entire squad. Germans are used to this crap. They're like, oh, we're back in Stalingrad. All right, let's see who can win this mess. It's time to set up the machine gun on the bridge. German phase. 1-6 is nothing. 5's chain of command dice. They get up to 3 now. They're tied with the Russians. And they got a senior leader and 2 junior leaders. Woo! Senior leader's not coming in, but both their junior leaders will do some stuff. This sergeant's going to order his squad, both sections forward, try to get to this wall, the front wall, and then set up his base of fire to basically mow the Russians down as they approach the bridge. So they're going to fire at half effect against these Soviets. All right, here they go. And they're going to get some machine Gewehr, too. They're going to bring it. Oh, yeah. But half the firepower from moving. Get 4 hits in light cover against the Soviets. The light machine gun team takes a shock. The the main part of the squad, they take a second shock, and there's a chance that the officer is hit. One of the Soviet submachine gunners is killed. Oh, too bad, so sad. First casualty in chain of command. Oh yeah, it's going. I've got it going on now. All right, and that's the end of the. Oh, is that the end? Hang on. Oh, and then this squad sergeant will have his machine gun section fire at those gentlemen coming over the hill. They'll hit them with the MG42 and I think a couple rifles. This German machine gun section's got one Mauser and the two, please forgive my pronunciation, those Gewehr 43, I'm just going to call them semi-automatic rifles, and then the MG42, which this brings the Overwatch, I guess. The sergeant will use his machine Gewehr to add on 2 more dice to it. Be 13 shots at effective range. MG42 gunner is in fuego. He gets 6 hits. Rifles miss everything. No rerolls for them. Russians in the open. Holy crap, that machine gunner's on fire. 4 kills, 2 shock, 1 in 4 chance that a sergeant takes a round. The Russian machine gun section is off to the right over here to fire on the other side of the house, so none of them can be hit. They can't splash it. Let's see what happened to our beloved Russian sergeant that's reading the map while running towards a machine gun. Always a good idea. I didn't try that one. Good luck, buddy. That machine gun did a number on the Russians. Their leader, their sergeant, takes a round through the face. He's killed immediately. 3 of his brothers also die. And it's just a nightmare of bad things for the Russians. Junior leader killed. Sixes are always a good thing. Force morale, -2 to the Russians. They tank like the Dow Jones down to a 7. Sell, baby! Holy cow. Alright, I'm learning. I really think I need to invest in 1, smoke grenades, 2, mortars to fire smoke, 3, a book of tactics. I'm just kidding. Alright, we'll figure it out. We'll be right back with the Russian phase, and they'll probably, I don't know how many commands you're going to need to see this psychiatrist. Alright, on to the Russian phase. Alright, not the best roll. I'm not going to bring the senior leader in yet, so that's gone. I'm actually going to hook the Russians up because I kind of screwed them on that advance. Usually it takes a leader to order throwing the smoke grenades, but yeah. So at his dying command, he's over here on the right side. The Russian commander is going to order his guys to throw 2 smoke grenades, and the Russians on the other side are going to do the same thing as well. So you roll 1d6. That's how far out it goes. They're going to try to throw 1, yeah, right side of the bridge, and basically right in there. See if they can get it. Get some smoke out there billowing. Should have done it last time, but hey, I don't know. I'm just learning this crap myself, so I forgot some of the command stuff. But it seemed like a smart idea to not charge a machine gun, but I'm sure the Russians did it. They're pretty serious about being Russians. All right, smoke over here. I'm going to throw 1 to the left and 1 basically right in front of them. So they go for the obscuring the target themselves. And that's basically I think that's 2 of their commands. So both sides are Fini for that phase. All right, on to the German phase. They don't want to bring in their senior leader, but they do get 3 chain of command points. So they have a full chain of command dice now. So they can end turn and ambush and all kinds of fun things. Soviets are up. So they get 1 chain of command point, taking them to 4. They don't want to bring their senior leader in yet. And they will move 1 squad, and 1 senior leader will activate, and I won't use that one. I mean, if I wanted to roll ones, or I didn't want to roll ones, I would be rolling ones all day long. I'm kind of hoping for ones to bring these teams in, these scout teams, and machine guns for the Germans, and can't roll a 1 to save my life. I guess I can use that too. This sergeant will pull 2 shock with his 2 commands, then the squad will activate on its own and run. They will lose 2 pips off it, and they'll gain a shock back for running, I believe. Soviet squad advances over the wall behind the smoke towards the bridge. The machine gun team didn't get a big enough move, plus they had 1 shock. All these guys will pick up 1 more shock too, I forgot. And then the machine gun team will be up to 2 shock. All right, time for the German phase. Germans are going to use the ones to bring in their scout team, and they're also going to use their 1 to bring in their MG42 team. Scout team comes in on the right side of the command building, and then the MG42 team comes in. They get set up on a table pointing out that window. They're setting up. They start drooling while they're ramming bullets in to get ready to start firing next turn at the Germans. Using the this part of the German squad on the left bridge opens up with 2 STG 41s or something like that? I can't remember. The German assault rifles. They got 3 of them and 1 rifle. They'll fire at those that Russian team in the woods. They have a 3, so their NCO will add his assault rifle to the fun and games. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Effective range against these gentlemen. They just get 1 hit on this team in soft cover in the woods. This is the German light machine gun section, so they just lose 1 guy. They're going to get rid of their one of their rifles. Germans can't use the 2, so they'll use their last 3 to fire their last squad. Since these guys are obscured in front of them, they're going to fire everything they've got at that scout team that's trying to flank them at effective range. All the bullets are coming. 7 assault rifles, 3 regular rifles. The commander will, the sergeant will use machine gewehr with his 2 commands, and they'll put everything on these guys. Five hits on these on the scout team, moving tactically. Scout team's moving and juking, bullets going everywhere. They just take 1 shot though. They're doing all right. Good job by them. German phase. They got everybody on the board except for their senior leader. All right, 6 means nothing. The 1 will be the MG42 firing. They get 1 team to move, 1 junior leader, and they'll bring their senior leader in. So, pretty good phase so far for the. They could have used a double phase, but that, you know, beggars can't be choosers, baby. MG42 cuts loose from that building. Pretty much an unobscured shot of the Russians in the open at effective range. Oh, you're getting flanked, baby. 10 shots in the open. Well, the what's it called, team? The light machine gun team for the Russians will have light cover. 3 hits. Russians are going to roll the dice here, man. They're going to put 2 on the machine gun team and then 1 on the rifle team. It pays off. Just take 1 shock on the light machine gun team. German senior leader comes in with the group on the right side. This is where the impact's going to be. He's going to have all these guys fire at that tactical team again, see if they can wear them out. They're going full force machine gewehr. So, senior leader commanding it to just go crazy with all of his commands. One of the German semi-automatic rifles rolled a 1, so they're going to re-roll that. 9 hits on that scout team in light cover. Oh, those guys go absolutely bananas with the bullets, and the scout team is mowed down trying to outflank the Germans. Those scouts weren't well loved. They're probably some convicts from the Wagner group. The squad leader sent them out there to be a distraction, so everything worked perfectly for them. And the junior leader will have these guys, this fire team on the rifles, well, the main component of that squad. I gotta figure out what to call them. I want to call them fire teams. I'm gonna split them in half. They will fire at the Russian light machine gun team in the woods in light cover. 3 assault rifles, 1 bolt action rifle, and then the squad sergeant's assault rifle. They score 3 hits on these guys in light cover. No effect. The Russians give them a bird. They're like, haha! They shoot up the trees. Soviet phase, they need to bring in their teams here. They got more teams on the sidelines, a bunch of them. I think they're, might be in trouble. The Russians say screw it to their scout teams. Their senior leader comes in to reinforce this group and to bolster morale. He's pointing at the Germans. Freaking get him, buddy! Also bring in their anti-tank team. He gets setting up. He's going to start unloading 12.7 millimeter friggin' armor-piercing rounds and high explosive rounds into those Germans over there. That'll teach them. I think that reduces cover by 1, correct? So it'll just blow right through that wooden fence. This guy will immediately use his powers for good to order this team to advance. 3 commands, so he'll pull 2 shock. No, he'll pull 1 shock. He'll tell these guys to move out, and then he'll give us his last command to this anti-tank team to fire a high explosive round at those Germans. Just charged towards the foot of the bridge. Now both sections have 2 shock, but they're feeling it. Anti-tank gun kicks off a huge round through that fence. It's going to be like a hot knife through butter. These guys blast off. They'll be at close range for an anti-tank gun. I can't find any tables that say otherwise. They'll reduce cover, and I think they double shock hitting into that fence. But only 1 HE. Get some. Shoots over the top and nails the tree. Hasn't quite got the range yet. Come on, baby. You can do better than that. Final 2, this squad will move out with their reducing their movement by 2. Probably a better move for a double phase, but they got to take the bridge. Maybe they'll get lucky. All right, German phase. I hope they roll all 1s or the Soviets are in trouble. Not too horrible for the Soviets. The Germans will activate their MG42 in the house, and they'll activate their senior leader, will unload in that squad in the open. The range is 14 inches, so the SMG still can't fire. Oh, they had to get close for those things. Everything else will open up and we'll do machine gewehr. I'll try to mow these guys down and end the game. Totally forgot the assault rifles are at close range now, so they kick off 3 shots each. Oh, it's 21 shots. These boys get wailed on in the open. Oh, terrible. Terrible tactics, but I'm learning. Both sections go up to 4 shocks, so it's 8 total. They lose 3 guys. It's a 1 in 3 it's a 50% chance the sergeant is hit. Just a 1 or a 2 because they moved the other kill over the machine gun section. The badass Soviet squad leader with the STG-44 is hit. Let's see what kind of wound he takes. He's wounded and can't be active for the rest of the turn. It has 10 guys with 8 shock. MG-42 fires 10 shots at these guys crossing the bridge. We'll give them at least light cover for the whole group. Two hits in light cover. So 5 shock with 9 guys. Sorry, doing some quick math there. Alright, Soviets, I'll take a bad thing for that junior leader getting hit. So -1, they go down to 6. Soviet phase, basically combat ineffective. Not looking good for the big red machine. Oh, the 5 will get them a full chain of command dice, so that's something. Anti-tank rifle will fire at those Germans, and this guy will pull 2 shock, and these guys will advance 1 move, which will probably be about 0 inches. Maybe I'll just pull all the shock. I'll just pull all the shock, because I mean they won't even get it. They'll get maybe move like a ½ an inch. They won't even move anything. They'll go backwards. Better yet, they'll pull 2 shock and then throw a smoke grenade. Alright, I think I'll end the turn first, so I'll lose all the smoke, then I'll throw that smoke afterwards. I think it's how it works. I can't remember if it does it after the phase and then all the smoke disappears. So if I would have used the chain of command point before, I didn't have a full one, but if I would have used it first to end the turn, then I could have thrown smoke and covered them, but because I wanted that leader to get up over there. But can't do that and not have the smoke to cover these guys, so that's just what's going to have to happen. And yeah, they pulled all their shock, they threw their smoke grenade, that's all their commands. Well, I guess they have a junior? Their junior leader's dead. Oh gosh, you can't. So they're stuck there. And then the anti-tank rifle fire its HE shot through the fence at close range, hitting on 4, 5, or 6.
Get some.
These guys are been drinking the frickin' vodka before the battle. They blast off and shoot the bird off the chimney of the farmhouse. Now goes the German phase. Alright, since this is a learning game for me, we're going to throw the German tactics out the window. Well, their MG-42 will fire. I'll hold off on the senior leader for a minute. Junior leader will advance his guys out where they are and start moving towards the Russians to do a hand-to-hand combat. The smoke's already there, so these guys are going to run, and then he'll use his 2 commands to pull the shock that both sections will gain. Actually, if he has to use 1 command to move him, so he'll just pull 1 shock off one of the sections. These guys really hate each other. They're charging for the bridge. Soviets on the other side don't know the Germans are coming at them. They don't even care. Machine guns probably on the radio saying, "Holy crap, you guys are idiots." He fires in his 10 shots at the Soviets in the light cover. Machine gunner's got his barrel to the right temperature, firing in with 6 hits against the Soviets in light cover. On a 1, the senior leader's hit. One of their riflemen's picked off. They pick up 2 more shock. These guys are going to unload again on these Russians. "12 hits, which is pretty crap in the open. "7 kills, which drops to 6 kills. The junior leader is going to be wiped out. 6 guys are going to die. They're going to need both 2 more shock. That team is minced up. Their leader's killed. They have 8 shock with 3 guys. They're going to fall back broken. So they break, I think, 15 inches. They're back here with 8 shock. And yeah, that's the end of those guys. So we get a bad thing for junior leader killed and squad breaks. They lose a 3 force morale. They're down to 3. I think they start losing dice now. Let me, that's a chance, opportunity to learn. That's what this whole game's about. They're down to 3 command dice. All right, time for the Russian phase with their 3 command dice. It's an absolute crap roll, but oh well. They're gonna make the most of it. I've never fired the sniper before, so I need to learn that roll. And they got a chain of command dice and a 6 with 0, so they're up to a chain of command dice and a 1. If I can't fire the sniper because of the smoke. All right. Well, I wish I could have learned that. That'd been fun. I will fire the anti-tank rifle then. Oh, he can't. Well, yeah, he can fire across over there at the. They're still in cover.
Get some.
Oh, he drills somebody. I think it's just the rockets in hard cover that double shock. His HE will reduce cover by 1, so they'll go down to no cover. No cover, 1 guy getting hit.
Get some.
The tank rifle absolutely just smokes a guy, blows off his upper torso. Chance the leader's hit on a 1. It's the end of the world as we know it. 1 German actually gets killed. That's their first casualty. I'm glad the anti-tank rifle actually got to blow somebody away. Oh, the smoke of destiny. German phase. So they're almost up to a 2nd chain of command dice. Doesn't really matter though, but they're going to use this junior leader to, he's going to do Handgranaten, I think it is the rule, or they're going to go charging in, throwing hand grenades. As they go in, they'll probably be able to throw the grenades. As they clear the smoke, the Russians are going to interrupt and fire. 1 section is going to fire at these guys as they come in, and then we're going to do some hand-to-hand. Germans come running through the smoke, firing machine guns and submachine guns. MP-40s going crazy. MG-42, the Russians start firing back with their little handheld machine guns. The little drum things are cool as hell. Plus they still have their LMG. Alright, grenades are going to come in first. Then the machine gun section will fire. Actually, I'm going to add up the numbers. Either going to be the, might be the other section because they still have 4 4 submachine guns in there. Problems with the Russians is they got tons of shock. Ugh. Granaten, 1 to 6. Technically, I'd roll 3d6 to make sure the Germans got into this attack, but we're going for it no matter what. If I roll 3 1s, I'll be sad. 4 grenades hit in close cover. Sorry, no, in open. Three shock and a kill. On a 1, it's the leader. Technically, these guys will be broken. They have 8 shock with 7 guys, but where's the fun in that? Soviet section is going to fire back. They will lose 2 firepower for the shock. They're definitely not going to use their light machine gun section. They have 4 SMGs with the senior leader, so they're going to unload with all those shots, -2. The motherland, 16 shots. Oh, this guy's like hiding back here. Oh, he's actually trying to snipe someone across, but it's too late, baby. Kill the infidel. Whatever the hell they call him. Fascist, my bust. That would be the word of the day. Amazing job by those Soviets with their back against the wall. 6 kills, 6 shock. Oh, take that. The German squad sergeants automatically hit. German sergeant takes a light wound, and they have 6 shock with 7 guys. So they're still there, and we'll take a bad thing for that junior leader wounded. Germans are just too fired up to even notice their sergeant took a round through the shoulder. They're going in hot. Pretty fair fight here. A lot of SMGs and assault rifles. Germans on the right, Russians on the left. Here we go. The rumble down under. They're getting serious. Stormtroopers are going to bring it home for the fatherland. Woo, yeah. How many is that? 6 kills, 9 kills, and 6 shock. And the Soviets do 5 kills and 3 shock. Germans will have to roll a 6 to avoid their sergeant getting stabbed with a shovel. It's a miracle. His boy steps in front of him, gets his head decapitated. German senior leaders automatically hit. Let's see what happens to him. The Germans are going to need years of counseling, even though they win. All that's left is the sergeant and a MG-42 gunner with 9 shock. Russian commander is knocked unconscious. They basically just execute him on the bridge. So, and then they just they go for their therapy session. So that's probably going to be the game. That's a great way to end it. So we will do the bad things for squad wiped out and senior leader killed or captured. Ends up being a -4, which puts them at a -1, and the Russian force morale collapses as they fall back and will attack again tomorrow. So, as far as I'm concerned, a great learning game. I know tactics, wasn't planning on being a tactical genius coming out of the gate on this one. Attacking bridges with human wave attacks or objectives with human wave attacks were unfortunately very common during World War II. Hell, they still happen now. So, not smart in a gamey sort of way, but probably realistic, which, that's the way it goes. Got to use some team weapons, got to go through most of the command dice, got to use chain of command dice. Would have liked to have fired a sniper. I'll definitely have to incorporate mortars and more support weapons into my arsenal here. I was happy with everything I did. Got to move the teams, got to do some hand-to-hand. I got to use both of the German special rules, so that was good. The Russians, I think I got to move one of their scout teams 2d6 and stay tactical. I can't remember what the other Russian special order is. That's my fault. It's something to learn next game. Yeah. Great battle, a lot of fun. Enjoyed the hell out of it. Can't wait to do the next one. Probably come back on the same map and do a bolt action game. And yeah, cool. Hope you had fun. It's the 4th of July. I'm gonna go blow some stuff up. And yeah, happy Independence Day to all of us over here. Sorry guys over in England. You all are awesome, and have a great rest of your week.
some.